Morning. It is a beautiful day here in Pembrokeshire, and today I am not going down to Whitesands. But before we go to not Whitesands, I've just got to pick up a friend of mine who's down on holiday. As I said, I'm not going down to Whitesands. Whitesands is about half a mile down that way, if that. I've come up outside the golf course, St David's golf course. The reason I'm not going down to Whitesands is because it's about £5 or £6 for the day, regardless of how long you stay. And I'm only going to be up here for about an hour, hour and a half. And I don't really fancy paying that. So I've come up to the golf course, and there's a lovely little park up over there. So I'm just going to sit there. That up there, that highest point, is called Cairn Lithy. I'll put the name on the screen for you. Right, today's little van camp cook up, although it's not a camp, is a Chicago town frozen pizza, but it's not frozen, and sweet potato fries. So let's start getting all the stuff out and let's start getting ready. Pizza's unwrapped. Just put a little bit of liquid gold in. Call it liquid gold because if you've seen the price of olive oil these days. Right, that is going in. I took that out of the freezer last night, so that is well thawed now. So hopefully give that 5 minutes and I'll give it a flip. I have been flipping that and it did kind of stick to the top, but it's so non-stick that I'm just pulling it off. So it's looking good. Once that's a bit more brown, I'll start bunging a few chips in. Mark's having a cuppa, and that's an all-day breakfast in a tin. That's what Mark's doing once I've boiled his kettle for him. That is looking nice. It's about time I chucked a few chips in. Whoops. That'll do. I can't film and do all this at the same time. Why is it that every time I turn the camera on, a whole load of cars go past?
Yeah.
As soon as I turn the camera off, it's quiet. Right, I'm going to give those 5 minutes, and again, keep flipping low and slow. The pizza is out, and that's looking really good. I've bunged a few extra chips in, so they're frying away. And they're looking okay. And once they're done, I put the pizza back in, flip it a couple of times just to warm it back up. But look at that sky, look at that. Say hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Look at that. Chips are done. Just putting that in there for a minute or two to warm up. Right, my belly's rumbling. Gonna get this in me, and then I'll take you for a bit of a walk. And done. My belly's full, so let's go for a bimble. We'll head down to Whitesands because I have to show you that place. It's a huge white sandy beach, absolutely beautiful down there. But as I said earlier, I'm not paying for the car parking, and we'll head out onto the coast path. You'll see Ramsey Island. We'll do a loop, and it's about 4 miles, I think, and we'll come back to the car via the little road that we just passed up by the golf course there. And 5 minutes later, just coming into Whitesands car park, and like I said, it's £6 that I'm not going to pay for just coming down here for an hour. This is the main car park down in Whitesands. Got a really nice toilet block, lovely cafe and shop, huge car park, and that's the beach down there. It's a little bit of a climb coming off the beach, but nothing too strenuous. It's a very narrow sandy path, but it leads you up onto this track here. And then we'll come off the path soon and head up onto the roads and back to the van. That's the direction we've just come from. And if you want to carry on along the coast path, you go along there. Next stop is St Justinian's lifeboat station. That's a lovely place if you want to go and visit there. But for now, just going to carry on along this track across the moorland at the back, and we'll have a look on there, and then we'll head back up to the van. If we turn left here, goes back to the van, but I'm going to go and have a look on the moors, but it's looking pretty overgrown. Oh, there you go, it's not too bad, look. We'll have a quick walk on here. That's the way we've just come from. And that building right in front of us, just there, is where the car is. So we are going to come up for a walk on the moors because it's not as overgrown as I thought it would be. And there is my Sunday roast. Those two peaks way off in the distance there, that's Ramsey Island. One day I'd love to climb on those little rocks over there. I'm not sure if you can, I'm not sure if it's public access. You can see the Procellis right off in the distance over there. I wish I'd have bought my other camera now, I could have zoomed in for you. Oh, I love that sound. That's the skylarks, I think. Right, through that gate, head down this track, and there's a footpath through all the ferns and the bracken that'll take us back to the golf course and that junction that takes you down to Whitesands. Right, come off that track now, and I'm going to go up through this footpath here, and this should take us back to the van. I think this is a tad overgrown, but it's nice down here. I'm thinking wild camp, stealth camp, just in the middle of this path. Oh, I don't know. Doesn't look as though it's used very often. And here we are back at the van. So there you go, 46 minutes, but it has been a lot less than that because I've done some filming, I've taken some photographs, and it's 1.6 miles, so just over 1.5 miles, and it's a lovely little path. And you've seen the beach, you've seen the moors, and you've seen the sheep, so I think it's time I signed off and went home. Right, I'm going to sign off here, but as usual, I hope this has really encouraged you to get out and do something like this. Just get out on the paths, go and get yourself a map, and look at all the little places in your local area that you've never been to before. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I really hope you've got something out of it. I'm going to sign off now before someone else comes along and starts beeping and starting their engine out right behind the camera. This is about the 5th take I think I've done on this, and I'm sure people are doing it deliberately because they see me talking to a camera. But yeah, enjoy, and yeah, just get out there and do something.